Alright, if you want to know how I make my burritos, so I got Ole Wellness High Fiber. This is the 8 tortillas. These are the smaller ones. I think they're 8 inches, if I'm not mistaken. But they have the bigger ones, which come in a pack of 5. But yeah, that's what I got this time. Browned up my sausage, my turkey sausage, and I'm going to strain it. I don't want it to be greasy because then the tortillas can rip when you go to wrap it. So we're going to strain it. All right, so that's going to strain for a bit. I'm just going to let that sit there. In the meantime, I got my egg ready to go. Looks like it's about 650 milliliters. A little more than usual, just because I'm going with 8 tortillas. If I was using the bigger tortillas, I'd probably go with a little bit less egg. That's roughly 14 eggs worth. So that gives me about 1.5 eggs per wrap. And then I've got the pound of the lean turkey sausage. It comes in the little tube. I think I already threw away the wrapper. Yeah. Genio lean turkey sausage. So, good stuff. Is it 90 calories per 2 ounces? Yeah, so it'll be less than 90 calories of sausage per wrap. So, in the meantime, let's see, get my fire back on. Okay, so got all the turkey grease in there. Put the eggs in. Wow, the camera makes it look really bright yellow. Crazy. Okay, don't mind my dishes. Get a little sea salt, better for you than table salt. You get a little extra minerals and whatnot in it. Plus, by having it in the grinder, you're not going to use as much. And go with a little coarse ground black pepper. Keep it simple. Alright, so got my tortillas laid out, and you noticed I had the eggs on this scale. Always go by weight. It's more accurate than using like cups or anything like that. So now we're just going to cook up the eggs. So, yep, so this is going to take a couple minutes, but I mean, they cook up just like you would normal eggs. Like to keep them moving so they don't stick to the pan too much. And a good helpful tip, the smaller you get the egg pieces and the smaller you get the sausage, the easier it gets. The easier it is to roll them up when you're done. Then, cheese, stupid expensive, Kraft fat-free cheddar. Sadly, it comes in 7-ounce packs instead of 8-ounce. You wouldn't tell just by looking at it, but that's a little bit smaller than the other ones. About twice the price. It's about just under $5 for that. And I'll use the whole bag. But the eggs are coming along. So, alright. Come back in a minute whenever these are done. Alright. Eggs are cooked up. Look just like regular eggs. We got our sausage ready to go. Got my cheese ready to go. Yeah, something you can do if you want, which I do sometimes, is you could use fresh if you want, or if you're lazy like me, pepper and onion blend. I've only found these at Kroger. Can't find them at Walmart, but I might use a whole pack of those. The only issue I've seen with these is sometimes, even if you cook them up and then you mix them in your burritos and then freeze it, when you go to reheat them, it kind of creates extra moisture and it makes the tortillas real soggy after you heat them back up. So they're already going to be a little bit soggy, mostly because of the eggs. They retain a little bit of moisture even after, so, but, and then freezing it, all the condensation and stuff freezes, so that doesn't help. But anywho, so I just take some of this. Just start with a scoop, plop it on my tortillas, and I just go around. Just go from one to the next. And I'll just keep doing that. I just go by eye. I don't weigh this part out. It doesn't have to be exact. I just eyeball it. Try to get them all about the same. So we'll go back in, just kind of look over them, see which ones are lacking a little bit, and add to them. All right, be back. All right, so got the eggs all sorted out. Got the cheese on there. That was the whole pack. One serving is 1 ounce. As you can see, I've got 8 burritos, so it's actually roughly a little less. Again, I just eyeball it. It's a little less than 1 serving per burrito. And you ask me, that's a pretty hefty amount of cheese. So you're definitely not skimping out. So last thing, get my sausage on there, and you can see I like a nice thick burrito, so these are pretty stuffed. You could use a little bit less egg, make it a little bit easier, but I like a nice big burrito in the morning, and I'll usually eat 2 at a time, but that's me. Okay, there we go. Sausage, egg, and cheese burritos. So we've got these. Lifesaver. So much easier than rolling out individual sheets for each one of your burritos. Bam, perfect size. So I'm gonna roll these up. So 1 burrito, place it on here in the corner. Never done this one hand. Give it one quick roll. Roll on one side, give it a roll. Roll on the other side, roll, bam. And just make some room in the freezer. Now, there's some other breakfast things that I eat. They're kind of high, but they're not bad. It's still within my budget, so. You see, I like my frozen veggies. It's just so much easier. Some frozen fruit. Yeah, a little treat, so if I ever make some burgers. Anywho, so, burrito. Freezer. There's 1. 7 more to go. Alright, so. I accidentally stopped the other video, but yeah, so burritos are done, wrapped up, foil, throw them in the freezer, microwave them, throw them in the microwave for a few minutes whenever you want to go, eat them, and there you go, good to go. I recommend wrapping them in a paper towel when you do, so take them out of the foil, obviously, wrap them in a paper towel. That kind of helps absorb some of that moisture when you're reheating it to help it keep from getting too soggy. So everything I used, Ole Wellness, high fiber. There's other kinds of Ole Wellnesses. Like there's this one. It's a whole wheat. I like the high fiber one better, but they were out when I went to buy some before. So I got these wheat ones, and then I was just back there at the store the other day, and I saw them, so I went ahead and got these for my burritos, and I'll just use these for something else, but they're all the same. Actually, these ones are actually a little bit more. These are 70 calories each, while the high fiber, these are only 50. Now they do make a bigger one of these. Like I said, I think these are the 8-inch. I think there's a 10-inch one, which are 70 calories a piece, but they only come in a pack of 5. These are a pack of 8, whichever you want to use. But with this one, pack of 50 calories a piece, The cheese, 45 calories a serving. Like I said, there's only 7 servings in this, but I made 8 burritos, so that's a little bit less than a serving per burrito. Egg, this is just Walmart egg makers, egg substitute. 25 calories a serving. You still get the protein, everything else, and it's roughly 1 serving is a large egg. So about a dozen. Had about a dozen servings in that one, so that way I get roughly 1.5 eggs per burrito. I'd like to get to 2, but I only can. It gets too hard with these smaller tortillas. If I have the bigger tortillas, I'll go 2 eggs per burrito. But there's only 5 tortillas, so it'd actually be 10 servings for the 5, as opposed to a dozen for the 8. But yeah, it's really up to you, however much you want to use. But yeah, that's how I do it. So that's 25 calories a piece per serving, 1.5. Just under 1 serving of this, and then this turkey sausage that I had earlier. If you add it all up, do the rough math, that makes each one of these burritos, these small burritos, about 185 calories. And then if you want, like I said, you can throw in some peppers. I mean, it's what, 400 calories for the whole bag, and then split that 8 ways. I mean, so you'd add another 10, 15 calories for each burrito if you were to add something like peppers and onions. Again, so that'd make them 200 instead of 185. So, like I said, I usually eat 2 at a time. That's my breakfast in the morning, is 2. Yeah, so that's my low-calorie breakfast burritos. Still, they're big, and then after I heat them up, maybe throw in little Frank's Red Hot. Good thing about hot sauce, no calories. So